In a head-to-head match between the founders of Cobra Kai, who wins? I'll first assess who wins in their primes and who wins currently. As usual, I'll be analyzing their feats and use evidence-based scaling to come to a verdict. When it comes to Prime Kreese versus Prime Terry, we first have to establish when their primes were. Kreese's prime was likely during Karate Kid 1, as his version in 1980 has no quantifiable feats, and during Karate Kid 3 was out of practice for 9 months and was on a vacation in Tahiti. Terry's prime was in Karate Kid 3, as he was seen constantly sparring and keeping up with his training. In regards to who was better, the only common opponent they have is Mr. Miyagi. While it's easy to say Terry was better for lasting longer, if we analyze the fights individually, we can clearly see that Mr. Miyagi took Kreese a lot more seriously, as he used various attack combinations, even attempting to strike Kreese on the ground without giving him a chance to get up. This was the complete opposite with Terry, as he used only a single kick in their whole fight and repeatedly allowed Terry to get up instead of relentlessly attacking him. This was likely so that Mr. Miyagi could mock Terry at the end. Kreese was also able to withstand Mr. Miyagi's initial barrage of attacks, even dodging an attack on the ground before getting up. Thus, Kreese is the only fighter in the franchise to dodge an attack from Mr. Miyagi, and while he did proceed to get knocked out within the next combo. This would only prove that Mr. Miyagi was forced to exert more effort. In comparison, Terry was unable to avoid any attacks despite Mr. Miyagi not taking him as seriously as he did Kreese. Therefore, Kreese performed better feats against Mr. Miyagi despite Terry lasting longer, which was largely due to Mr. Miyagi's different approach. It should also be noted that Kreese is very familiar with Terry's style and its weaknesses, even pointing out that Terry telegraphs his wheel kick. To put the nail in the coffin, this was Kreese in Karate Kid 3, thus even and out of Prime Kreese outperformed Prime Terry. As for who is better currently, it's very simple. Kreese was able to fight on par with Johnny and Daniel in Season 3, however was beaten by both individually. And while you can make an argument that he was holding back, at best, he would still be on their level. In comparison, Terry during Season 4 was able to convincingly beat down Johnny, who should be better than he was in Season 3 when he fought Kreese. While Terry did use a cheap shot on Johnny with a kick, not only did Johnny have time to recover, but he also catches Terry off guard himself, which fails as Terry withstands his attacks and knocks him down before finishing him off with a kick. It should also be noted that Terry was likely holding back, as he showed mercy to Johnny throughout the fight, even testing his defense, as his goal was simply to destroy Miguel's confidence by beating up Johnny. Terry performs even better feats during Season 5, such as being able to defeat an enraged Daniel and flooring Chosen. In conclusion, during their primes, Kreese was the better fighter, as he performed better feats against a more aggressive Mr. Miyagi than Terry did against a Mr. Miyagi that was toying with him. However, in their elderly years, Terry is the better fighter, as he was able to defeat a stronger version of Johnny than the one who fought Kreese. Therefore, with a score of 1-1, this battle is a draw.